Hello, today is April 30, 2023, and welcome to my weekly update. I'm your self-sufficient farmer from Nigeria. I'm bringing you today's update from the compound of the ducks. So last week, I started talking about sharing some of my learnings and experience on farming with you, and we will continue this week. The number 4 point I would like to raise is that as a farmer, you have to be a jack of all trades. You have to be a DIY enthusiast, a do-it-yourself enthusiast. You have to be ready to use your hands. A farmer is somebody that uses his or her hands, right? Apart from using your hand to work the soil, which I hear is actually very healthy scientifically, that you must connect with the earth. You also have to be able to do certain things, otherwise you'll be spending too much money. I'll give you an example. Cages, my rabbit cages. This is one of the ones, this is work in progress. I'm making this one. I make my rabbit cages myself. I don't buy them. If I was to buy them, they will cost me a lot of money, right? I do some carpentry. I have a lot of tools. I do some welding. You know, it's just the nature of farming. You have to be able to learn as many of these various things as possible to reduce your cost. And I learned a lot of what I do on YouTube. Number 5 point is dedication of time and resources. If you're into farming, you have to be ready to dedicate the time and resources it needs. Some of the things you need to do might not be very difficult, but they take time and dedication. For example, raising rabbits, it's not very difficult in terms of the things you need to do, but you need to dedicate the time and resource to them. So that's why my rabbits are the only animals I still keep at home for now, because it takes my first 2 hours of the morning and my last 1 hour of the night to take care of them well. Okay, so be ready to dedicate time and resources to your farming. Number 6 is creative improvement. Creative improvement and innovation. That's number 6 point. As you go into farming and you gain experience and you see something, observe carefully and think of, how can we do this thing better? Okay? There's always a better way of doing things. Let's just give some simple examples. When 4 of my rabbits died of heat stroke, and I had to install fans there in their shed. The fans needed to be on at a certain time in the morning and off in the evening at a certain time every day. We could do this manually every day. Tell someone to do this, put it on at 9 a.m., put it off at 6 p.m. every day. But I thought, why not eliminate this manual process totally by installing a programmable switch that will put the fans on at 9 a.m. and put them off at 6 p.m. And that was what I did. Simple example. You always have to be creative to think of improvements to what you do. There's always a better way to do something. And number 7, and the final point for today, is that there is no absentee farmer. You have to be there yourself as a farmer. If you decide to go into farming, you have to make it your primary endeavor and be there yourself. Why is that so? Number 1 reason is you have to own the core knowledge of what you do on your farm. Even if you initially employ people who know how to do these things, maybe is how to rear goats, how to rear chicken, how to plant vegetables, herbs, and spices, you have to learn from them and document the processes of how to do those things, because you cannot be sure that you will always have those staff with you. They might move for various reasons, and people move. So the knowledge has to be with you primarily. That's number one. Number two is about people issue. Nobody can look after your own thing like you will do. If you are not there yourself, I can assure you a lot of things will go wrong. You will give instructions, and those things will not be done the way you want them done. Things might start getting missing. A lot of what is produced on the farm are very easy to steal, right? Eggs can easily be put in the pocket. Chicken can easily disappear, even goats. So you have to be present as a farmer. Your equipment, many of which you probably invested a lot of money in, your workers might not be maintaining them and caring for them properly the way you would like to. Okay, so there is no absentee farmer. If you decide to go into it, you have to be present. Even if you are still in paid employment, you don't have to go there every day, but you need to dedicate the time over the weekend. I started by spending the whole of Saturday on my farm. I go early in the morning, I come back late in the evening. Eventually, I will increase it again as when I fully leave paid employment. I will increase it to spending maybe half of my week on the farm. Okay, so you have to be present. Very, very important for success as a farmer. I'm happy to report that we have more rabbits. The morning of May 1st, early in the morning, I found that this first-timer mother has given birth to 4. Out of the 4, 2 survived. 2 of them did not survive the birth process. So I'm richer by 2 rabbits. I'm a happy farmer. In the farm cuisine section of today, let's talk about healthy eating. There is a consciousness around the world now that we human beings need to eat food that is healthy. A lot of the food we buy packaged have a lot of additives that are doing harm to the body and causing a lot of diseases. And also, we human beings are not doing as much physical work as our forefathers used to do. Our life now is very sedentary. We sit down, lie down most of the time to work and to relax. So it's causing all sorts of health issues. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to go organic farming. And I have a lot of vegetables, herbs, and spices on the farm, as you know, and also some staple crops like plantain, yam, sweet potato, and so on. So the cuisine of today is this experimental concoction I have made. Hey, Queen, Queen, go away. Queen likes food a lot, and whenever it sees me making food, it's quietly sit down. So it's getting impatient that I haven't fed it. Okay, what I'm gonna do, Queen, I'm gonna have to keep Queen busy by serving her some food. Oh, yeah, Queen. All right, so the food of cuisine of today is this experimental dish, and it's turned out to be very good. Turned out to be very good, and the base of it is minced rabbit meat. So during the week, I butchered 2 rabbits at home, and we then I took some of the flesh and minced it and used it to make some sauce at home. And the remaining of the minced meat I brought to the farm this weekend to cook this dish here. So I have minced rabbit meat, and I have beans, I have plantain, which harvested from the farm, I have carrots, and then to all those I now added a lot of spices and vegetables in generous amounts: turmeric, garlic, onion, basil, thyme, 2 types of mint. We have 2 types of mint. We have peppermint, and we have another type of mint. I harvested both and used them in this food. So it's very rich in herbs, and these are all fresh herbs and vegetables and I added shoko. I added shoko vegetable to it also. Tomato and pepper, all fresh from the farm. So these things, fresh food, organic, they have a lot of good health impact on the body. Not bad at all. Not bad. I think I can make a second career, or is it third or fourth career as a cook. So harvest of the week. Let's start right here from this pawpaw tree. It's got this very ripe fruit. So just harvesting it. Let's go. And here are the other things we've harvested. So I add this pawpaw to it. We have 3 pawpaws harvested, which I'm taking home. We have this bunch of plantain harvested during the week. I cooked out of it for today. And then we have ewedu, jute leaf, spinach, spring onion, kale. This is a very lovely vegetable, kale. My wife loves it. Shoko, plenty of shoko. Then we have garden egg, pepper, sweet corn. We have a bit of sweet corn, 14 kg of sweet corn today. And we have a lot of cucumber today, over 20 kg. So not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Good harvest for today. I'm a happy farmer. Thank you. Yeah, as part of the harvest of today, we have these kola nuts. Kola nuts. We met 2 mature trees of kola nut on this farm, and when they fruit, we were able to harvest some. For those that don't know, in West Africa, kola nut is our traditional source of caffeine. Just like in the West, coffee is the source of caffeine. Kola nut is our traditional source of caffeine, and this is what it looks like when fresh from the pod. It grows in a pod, it's broken, and it's like this in the pod. Then you peel this back, and you see the kola nut itself. So traditionally, people chew it to stay alert throughout the day. And I do chew it. I like chewing it instead of coffee to stay alert. And I can tell you that, at least for me, in my body, this is much stronger. The caffeine in kola nut is much stronger than in what is in coffee.